would be Mr. Spencer Rammel, and that will not be effective until February the 19th of 2025. And we did talk about this in a previous council meeting. If there is any, unless there's any discussion on that, I would entertain a motion to move forward with this item.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we ratify the appointment of Spencer Rammel as our new city attorney,
Effective.
effective February 19, 2025.
All right, thank you very much. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilmember Colin Erickson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, no opposition. We will go ahead with that plan. Item number 5 is the staff report. Number A is our Recreation Department update with our Recreation Director, Mr. John Lewis, who is here with us tonight. Thank heavens. Go ahead, John.
All right, well, it's exciting to be here tonight with everyone here. This past year in recreation has been both exciting and challenging for us. It was really interesting, basically with every one of our full-timers being new to their position and having 2 people completely new, but we were able to do some really cool things this past year, and we're really excited to go into next year and the plans that we have set up. One of the first things you'll see is our numbers from this past year. We're able to serve over 2,200 kids in our community sports programs and activities, as well as over 500 adults, and we had over 1,700 racers in our races this past year. So those are all record high numbers, with the exception for youth sports and activities. We're pretty close to our highest number there, but everything else is climbing up, and we're getting more people involved in the community.
Cool.
One of the first things that I talked to Mayor about when I got promoted was making sure that we could cover our expenses in a lot of our recreational programs. That was something that we discussed and the goal that I had set out, and especially for our youth sports. Adult sports for this past year, we did pretty decently well. Those numbers for participation are continuing to grow. We're looking for ways to continue to improve the experience of our people who are participating in that, and we're working with them closely and getting feedback from them to see what they want to make improvements. Also, if you guys have a question at any time, feel free to ask me. For our youth sports,
Hey, John, just real quick on that last slide. I know we've adjusted some of the fees and things, but have you had much pushback on any of the fee adjustments, or has it been pretty well accepted?
it's been pretty well accepted. My goal is not to necessarily just increase the fees just to increase them, but I think to run a quality program at times it takes a little bit more and a little bit more effort to put into it. And I think people who've been a part of the programs that I've since taken over, since I've come in here, they'll tell you that they feel like the quality has been better with the things that we're putting together and that they're being listened to. So I haven't received any pushback on any fees, and I've explained to people when they do have questions and they understand.
Good, thank you.
Next, we have our youth sports. Those all did pretty well this past year. These kids that we have in this community, they're amazing. I go out and I talk to a lot of the participants on game days. I'm out there at the field. I'll even ask them, like, hey, what can we do to make your experience better? And ultimately, these are our future athletes at our local schools here down the road. So we want to do everything that we can to provide them with great experiences, so that they could bring us some more championships down the road.
Good idea.
Aquatics programming, we have seen some ups and some downs in terms of that. We have a lot more private swim entities popping up in the area, so that's kind of starting to affect our numbers a little bit, but our main focus is still trying to provide quality activities for people in the community to be able to do. Our swim club is constantly full. We're looking for ways to add on more to that, because that one fills up in probably about half a day when registration opens up to that. And then our Rexburg Rapids exclusives have become really popular over the past few years. So we've been using that particular opportunity to help us to kind of cover some more of our expenses that we have. And that's one area that we've identified that we could do that with.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
I think
go
I'm
ahead.
forgetting what the swim club is.
So basically, our swim club is we have two swim teams. They practice twice a week, and they have swim meets against each other to compete. So we have a lot of kids who are wanting to be on the swim team come and participate in that. A lot of our swim coaches are actually kids who are on the swim team currently, and there's a big swim community here that I did not know really existed, even though we don't necessarily have all the facilities to accommodate them, but there is a big community here, and it is a growing desire in the community.
So where do they compete? Do we have a facility, or are we talking about Rexburg Rapids?
We do it at Rexburg Rapids. That's why we only have two teams, because we only
So it's
have.
only just during the summer?
Yeah,
summertime.
our swim program is only during when the pool is open.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, the only other swim programs going on, at least for swim team wise, are just the sanctioned high school events that get held here. I don't know if BYU Idaho holds any of the high school ones, but I know they practice there from time to time as well. So now we have our race series. We are looking to make some expansions going into next year. Our race series has done really well. We've been able to turn profits in every single one of our races. The Teton Dam Marathon, we've seen 2 consecutive years of really big profits to that, and we're doing everything that we can to take those extra monies that we've earned to make that experience even better for the people who are participating in those races. And we're hoping to get more and more people to come out to it, to where we can maybe one day be nationally recognized, which would be really cool.
And so that's just the revenue there?
Yes, that is revenue. If you want expense, I do know most of those numbers off the top of my head, or at least the general area. So you have one in particular you're looking at?
I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want those, I can get those to you as well. But we're clearing somewhere around 20 to 25,000 for most of our Teton Dam Marathon races.
The Foamy 5K was up quite a bit this year. Looks like over previously.
Yeah, last year, the year before, they didn't end up doing it, but this year it was a real big hit.
Yeah,
And
that's
next
good.
year we're looking to, continue to up our game and to, get the word out there more. And
Yeah, I thought that was a fun race, actually. It's a fun event. Okay,
So next, we have a couple of our recreational facilities. We have the carousel. The carousel over the last couple of years has done pretty well, and we're looking for ways to continue to improve the experience there. It's always kind of a fine balance with the carousel because, it is 100 years old, so we want to do everything that we can to properly take care of it. And, having a little bit of a cushion helps us to not have to eat into any other funds to be able to, make repairs when needed. We have the financials for Rexburg Rapids from the last few years. As you see, the expenses have been higher than our revenues going in, but me having been there last year and also meeting with Taggart this year, we've identified some areas to where we think we could definitely make some improvements to where we can start turning a profit rather than having an operating loss. Any questions on that?
no.
Next, we have Winter Park. Winter Park had a really great year last year, but as you know, we're subjected to Mother Nature, and winter was very interesting last year, and we were only able to be open for a few weeks, so that was really a bummer, and we're hoping that the weather can be a little bit better this year because we got some big plans for Winter Park and some new things that we're looking to incorporate into our programming there.
It's time to start praying for snow. Yeah, go ahead.
So why is the revenue so much higher last year when?
I mean, we got hammered that year with snow, and really,
Well, I think the 23 was the year before, right?
Yeah.
24 was last
24 is
year.
in the corner. Yeah, we
Yeah.
heavy.
Oh, sorry, it's because of the, got it.
Yeah, it's winter of 24.
Yeah.
This will be winter
Yeah,
of
the
25.
winter was great that year.
I was like, how on earth? did
Yeah,
that
I know.
happen last
I was
winter?
going,
I
yeah.
got it now.
So John, are the expenses largely personnel?
Well, it's personnel and equipment. There's a lot of stuff that we have to upkeep out there. The biggest expense typically is the skating rink itself. So we did order that last year, and obviously, as you know, we were only open for basically 2 weeks, and it was unusable because of how warm it was.
Yeah.
Which that usually eats up somewhere around 13 to 15,000 just for that alone.
So are these ongoing expenses? Capital, I mean, it's the stuff like you're buying that you're gonna be able to use
Yeah, multiple
every
years.
year?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's any way if those expenses could get a little bit closer to, you know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
don't know whether those are
Well, for
fixed
example,
costs or
Yeah.
they're just,
I mean, this is everything that we put into it. So staffing, equipment. I know this past year we had a lot of repairs that had to be made to the Can-Am and other equipment that we use to groom the trails and things like that. But we just didn't have the snow to be able.
and we bought a new liner too, didn't we, for the
Yeah,
ice
you have to
rink?
buy a new liner every year.
Yeah, it gets kind of torn up, so.
Everybody can rent skis.
So
Yeah.
going forward, we won't have that issue with the neutral zone being built and people can go and skate there, and we can kind of focus on the cross-country skiing and the other activities that we can do out at Winter Park.
We debated, sorry, John, to interrupt, but I was just for information, we debated on whether to do the ice rink again this year because, this one's not gonna be open for the winter, and then, so we kinda went back and forth on whether we should open it or not, spend the money to get a new liner, or can we try to patch the old one or whatever. And then we decided that since they've got that ice rink that's a pretty decent one in Sugar, that we would just kind of push people there for this winter, and then next year, our big deal will be open. So
Yeah.
we decided to save money and not do that this year. So hopefully everybody's good with that. Go ahead, John.
So that's kind of our numbers, just kind of at glance. So now I want to talk about kind of the new things that we have coming up for 2025. The first thing is we want to introduce a tiered registration system for youth sports. I think one of the biggest issues that we face with my staff is everyone likes to sign up very last minute, and it makes things a lot more difficult to kind of coordinate and get put together when we don't know what exactly our numbers will look like. So this new system will encourage people to register earlier on by making the programs a little bit cheaper, just kind of within the scale that we've set with our city fees. So my goal is to encourage people to be earlier if we can. The next thing is we're going to introduce 2 new pickleball tournaments going into this year. Pickleball is exploding and growing a lot in this community, as a lot of people know. And I ran the 2 tournaments that we've been doing for the last few years, and I realized that we were missing an opportunity by A, only doing 2, but B, we can make it a lot bigger, and there's a lot more people who want to come out and participate. So for this upcoming year, we're going to have 4 total, and they're going to be all 2-day tournaments, and I'm super excited to get some people here and have them participate in this tournament and win some big prizes, hopefully.
Cool.
We're also going to introduce an adult pickleball league. So I've been doing some research on some cities and some neighboring states, and even in the state of Idaho, just kind of on their league. And I've even talked to some avid pickleball players in the community, and they've expressed interest in wanting to do a league. So we're looking at getting one set up for the summer and kind of giving that a test run to see how it goes. And then if it goes well, then maybe we can launch a bigger one on a bigger scale going forward. In addition, we're also going to bring in 2 PDGA sanctioned disc golf tournaments. We've done a disc golf tournament in the past, but it wasn't sanctioned. Sanctioning the tournament will help get more players here. It counts towards their ratings, and there's just a lot more perks that you can get from doing that. So I play pretty frequently myself, and I think I played in 9 tournaments last year. And Eastern Idaho is definitely lacking a lot more tournaments. So, what better way to be able to provide one than to just have it here, so where I don't have to drive 3 hours to go to one.
Good idea.
Can I ask a
Yeah,
question?
go
ahead.
Yeah, I think that's really neat. So I thought they had to have 18 holes to be sanctioned. No, it doesn't have to.
Well, a minimum of 18. So our plan is for this upcoming year, we're going to hold one at the Muni. We have portable baskets. There's a guy in Southeast Idaho who lets people rent portable baskets from him. When we held the tournament last year, we drove up to Idaho Falls, got them and set them out, and we used that. We're also partnering with Sugar City to use their course. I live right by that course, and that course has 20 holes on it. So we're also going to hold one of the tournaments there this summer.
Cool. It's a good idea.
We're also going to bring back tennis lessons for a youth sports program. I had a guy reach out to me last year and kind of asked me the possibility of it. And at that point, there was a lot of things going on and a lot of newness to being in the position. So I just kind of told him we'll kind of circle back towards the end of the year and see what we can do. And we're going to have tennis lessons and programs going on for this upcoming spring. And we're hoping to implement that in the fall as well if things go well in the spring. So excited to bring tennis back to our recreation catalog.
I'll have to report that to Marie Parkinson. She'll be happy to hear that.
We're also going to bring back our cross-country ski race if Mother Nature helps us out.
Yeah.
I know we used to do the Cupid Cup a while back, and we've had discussions about, what can we do to get that back here. And there's a lot of people who have even reached out to me and expressed interest over the last couple of years. So we decided we wanted to bring that back for this upcoming year. Just hope we get the weather to be able to actually put it on. Also, we're going to start offering just kind of more classes for the community. In my experience of being in some different cities, I've seen some of the ways that they've done things and some of the classes that they've incorporated into their recreational catalog. So one of the things that I wanted to do was start having quarterly CPR AED first aid courses for the community. At least I feel like I haven't seen very much in the community in terms of them being taught. So obviously we're not in this to make a profit, so we can charge the bare minimum that American Red Cross expects back from us, and it will be a good opportunity for people to receive those certifications and to be able to gain the knowledge and the skills to, hopefully one day be able to save someone if needed. And then we're also looking to just kind of add on more classes and activities. A couple of months ago, I put a rec interest form survey, push it out on the city website. We've had over 60 responses from people in the community expressing their interest in what classes they would like to maybe take, or if they have skills to be an instructor, what classes they could teach. So we're in the process of, realistically looking at what classes could we actually hold, where are they going to take place, how are we going to go about, contracting these people out to do this. So a lot of these courses are in the works, and we're shooting for probably going into next fall to have some of them up and ready to go.
That's great.
I just have to say, I think that's really neat with the CPR and the AED. I have to be certified for my job on campus with that, and it's really hard because campus offers it like one time a year, and if you miss it, you're in big trouble. And I don't know of anywhere else that does it, so I think that's pretty neat that
Yeah, I think
we're gonna
that's
start
good.
doing that. I think that's a good idea. So.
And then just kind of heading into 2025, just some of our big focuses going into next year. I've started doing some extensive work on working on sponsorship packets. And, just any way that we can get funds to help soften the blow of what expenses are, and any ways that we can take those funds and to make an experience better for the kids is what I'm shooting for. There's a lot of businesses who are interested in being sponsors for different leagues or tournaments or activities. So we're working on putting together a full overview for those people so that they can get an idea of what we have to offer them. Another focus is we're also looking to do more with grants for this upcoming year. We got projects that we're already currently working on, but there's always more that we could do. So it doesn't hurt to ever apply for some grants and see what we can get and what we can put that to. So a big focus is we're going to be working with Mary to try to secure more grants for sporting equipment, or whether that be trying to obtain new equipment for parks. And things like that. So that's a big focus that we're looking towards. Next thing is just marketing and advertising. When I came here in 2022, I kind of looked at kind of what we were doing and just felt like, we can market our activities better. People aren't going to show up to things. They're not going to participate to things or with things if they don't know they're going on. And with the new Thrill Share app that we have, that's a great tool to help push those things out. So we're just trying to make sure that we spread the word on our programs better so people know what we have going on. Because I've heard a lot of people, say, oh, I didn't know you guys had this or that, or I'd never even heard of it. And like I said, I just want to get the word spread out to people so that they can know what's going on here. And the last thing is just trying to provide new programs for youth and adults. As an adult not in BYU, Idaho anymore, it's really hard to not have that much to do sports-wise, at least. So, we're looking to see what kind of new activities we could add on there, as well as other activities. I've had people express interest in, knitting classes or wreath making or, cooking classes and things like that, which would be really good to put in our community just because we're continually growing and we want to be able to be ready for that growth that's coming and offer an array of activities for people to, just uplift the quality of their lives.
Probably for newly retired city attorneys, you might want to have salsa dancing classes or something like that coming up, I would think. It's going to need something to do.
We'll see. But are there any other questions?
Any other questions for John?
Good job.
Thank you for
well
that
done.
presentation. That was very good.
Excited for this upcoming year?
Yeah, we're excited about it too. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun, so great, thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda is Mr. Keith Davidson with some Public Works and a little bit of finance stuff to do.
Thank you, Mayor. So first off, we did receive 2 bids on the golf course clubhouse remodel. So the 2 bids, one was T-Web Construction for $152,000, and then our low bid was Teton Repair for $92,789. And so we're requesting approval from council to award the bid to Teton Repair on that.
Just a note, that's a pretty big bid discrepancy, but Teton Repair has done work for us in the past, and it's been good work, so we feel like it should be a good bid. So with that, unless there's any questions about that, I would entertain a motion to move forward with this bid approval.
I can make that motion, that we approve the bid for the clubhouse from Teton something.
Teton Lakes Clubhouse,
No, Teton.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
There you go, yes.
Teton Repair, yeah. Yes, okay, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
All right, seconded by Council President Walker. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we will go ahead and award that bid and get them going. All right, some Public Works items.
So the second item we have tonight is the resolution, and this is for the grant that we've received from the Idaho Transportation Department, it's a TAP grant. And this is the one where we're looking at putting the trail underneath the bridge there on 2nd East. And so we've got that grant for $650,000 on that.
Cool. So this is this is to move forward with the agreement. So what timeline-wise, where does that put us?
So what we'll do, once we have the agreement in place, then we go out and get an engineer selected to do the design work. And then coming in, I can't remember exactly when the funding on this one, but it's over a couple of years. So we'll
26 or
do- yeah.
something, it seems like.
We'll do the design work, get it in place, and then bid it out
Okay,
for that.
What was our match percentage?
So 7.34%, so a little under $48,000.
all right, I would entertain a motion to move forward with this, approving this resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I still move that we accept the resolution 2024-17.
All right, thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
I second.
Second by Councilmember Reeser. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Item number 2.
Number 3. So number 3 is just.
Number 3, sorry, yeah.
Resolution for the LID 53, the one we're just wrapping up, to set the final assessment hearing. And so that would be on January 8th for that one.
Okay, so we're just setting the hearing. Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve Resolution 2024-18?
I'll make that motion to approve Resolution 2024-18.
All right, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Eric Erickson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll go ahead and set that hearing up.
Okay,
Hey.
thank you.
Thank you, Keith, we appreciate that. All right, and item number 6, just a reminder of the city Christmas party on December the 12th at the Flight Museum. And that should be a lot of fun, so hopefully you can all be there. I will be gone in visiting with some people in North Carolina at that point in time, trying to find out how some of the cities there do some things. So I will not be there, unfortunately, but you guys will have to party strongly without me. Okay, item number 8, 8A, we have no second readings. Item B, we have a third reading, which is ordinance number 1324 to rezone 119 West, 2nd North from light industrial to low-density residential 3. If there's no questions or comments on this, I would entertain a motion to consider that ordinance third read.
Mr. Mayor, I still move that we consider ordinance number 1324 third read.
Thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Councilmember, who said that? Chambers, okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll move forward with that. Okay, the consent calendar consists of items from the minutes of November 20th, 2024 meeting and the approval of the City of Rexburg bills. Is there any questions about any of those items before we move forward with the consent calendar? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll make that motion to approve this consent calendar.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we will get the bills paid. All right, unless there's anything else to come forward before the council, we are adjourned. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Well, we still got another meeting before Christmas, so we'll wait to wish you merry weeks before Christmas. All right.
Thanks for the coats,
Thanks for the what?
the jackets we got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah, those are nice, aren't they?
Very nice.
Pretty good job on picking those out. The employee committee is the ones that picked those out and got them all going, so. Oh, I meant to recognize the other Eric Erickson in the room. Thank you for being there. Eric is part of our, for those of you who don't know, he's on our Parks and Rec and Trails Committee. So, here to hear John's report, so, thanks for being